We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. Once again. How's it going, Jamie?
It's going.
It's going.
It is going.
Going
It's
like
been
a
going and going and going.
Yep.
And this is actually the first time I've sat down all day. Like, I haven't even decompressed yet.
I sat down earlier today and I was getting articles ready and stuff, and I was like working on the video and stuff, and I was like I kept nodding out. I was like, damn, I was just gonna go take a nap. So I went and laid down for like 2 hours. Now I'm drinking Red Bull. Red Blur.
Cheers.
Clink.
Clink, clink. I tried Prime today for the first time because I've been hearing people bitch about, wanting to sue them for the caffeine amount. And I thought I need to try this before they're gone. Not bad. It's like 200 or almost either 280 or 300 milligrams of caffeine per 12 ounces.
Wow.
And the Red Bull, 189 per 20 ounces. So my brain, I couldn't do the math yet. So I don't know which is more yet. But I felt okay for, earlier. I thought these aren't bad. But they also have a sports drink by Prime where it looks more like a Gatorade kind of container. And I guess kids are like asking their mom, like the parents, because it's a hot product. So kids are like, get me, Prime for soccer or something. The parents are buying like the energy drinks by accident.
Whoops.
But I had to have my Red Bull.
So, a lot of weird stuff going on around the world. Maybe it's too many energy drinks. It's what about what about the story of the lady that disappeared, on the side of the road?
Yeah.
She got out because she saw
Find the kid.
Find the kid. Where did the kid go? I don't know. Where did the food go that she bought? I don't know. Where did she go? Why did she leave her car on the side of the road and then walk home? And why was she?
Did they find her?
Yeah, she showed back up at her house.
No way.
Her parents' house, I guess.
I was sure it was a plant for like the cartel to kidnap her or something.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. But yeah, she showed back up at her house. Or I guess she was living with her parents or whatever. Showed back up without her car. She'd walked there, and apparently, she was coherent when she got there. But then apparently, she like nodded out, passed out, whatever. And then I guess when the police showed up, or the ambulance or whatever, she kind of was like talking again. But what's the story, man? Like, they're like, we don't know where she went. We don't know who she was with. We don't know what happened. Well, shit, has anybody asked her? Come on. I hate stories like this.
Yeah.
Where was she? Let's see. Let me pull it up real quick.
So what state was she in? What state?
Alabama.
Okay. So that's not like a hot like UFO spot right now.
Yeah.
So I thought, I wonder if,
Says parents of Alabama woman who went missing for 48 hours expressed relief after her return. Carly Russell, 25, disappeared for 48 hours after she called 911 on Thursday to report seeing a toddler on the interstate. Police said there's been no evidence of a toddler. Parents of Carly Russell, the Alabama woman, went missing, blah, blah, blah. That's what I just read. Numerous evidentiary items are still being evaluated, and those items are key in the process of determining exactly what took place in the approximately 49 hours Carly was missing, but also what took place prior to her disappearance. Was she doing some kind of drugs or something? The Hoover Police Department said in an update Tuesday evening. A news conference in the case is scheduled for Wednesday, and the department said additional information will be released. Blah, 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 blah. She disappeared Thursday after calling 911 just after 9:30 p.m. See, I watched a guy that has a video, like highway surveillance cameras, and there's two different angles, two different cameras, and there's like a minute and 49 seconds missing from each one.
What?
At the exact same time. And he's like, well, that kind of thing's normal. And I'm like, what the
No.
How is that normal? How is it normal from two different cameras, two completely different cameras, to have a minute and 49 seconds missing at the exact same minute and 49 seconds? How is that normal? I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe I'm out of the loop on cameras.
No.
Maybe I'm just weird, but I thought.
How old is she again?
25.
She doesn't have like, because I was thinking like, okay, does she have like Alzheimer's? Does she have like, no. Oh yeah, I see her picture. I forgot what she looked like. She's a younger woman.
She's so happy. Your mom says she's so happy she was home. We tried to hug her as best we could, but I had to stand back because she was not in a good state. Before Carly disappeared, she called 911 and then a relative to say she had seen a male toddler in a diaper on the side of the road and she was stopping to check on him. But that relative lost contact with her on the phone. Police said in an update Tuesday, the department has not located any evidence of a toddler walking down the interstate and no other witnesses to said toddler walking down the interstate. There were no other 911 calls about a toddler, and the video showed numerous vehicles pass through the area with no toddler in sight. When police arrived at the scene, they found her wig, cell phone, and purse on the road near her car, but no sign of Russell or the child she called about. Some snack food items she had bought at Target before calling 911 were not found in her vehicle either. By Saturday evening, police said they received a call notifying them that Russell had returned home. Authorities responded to her home, and she was transported to a local hospital for evaluation and released. Did anybody say, hey, where the hell have you been, girl?
Yeah.
I mean, if she was in decent enough condition to be released from the hospital, she ought to be able to say, hey, somebody hit me in the head, or I got abducted by aliens, cartel kidnapped me and I escaped. Something. Make some shit up. I don't care. She has to have said something.
Is this normal for her to happen? Like,
yeah, is she on some sort of, is she on some sort of mind-altering drug? Is she, I don't know. She was out driving a car. She's 25. She, pretty black girl. She looks healthy. She, doesn't look like she was like a tweaker or anything.
yeah, she looks like a totally normal, healthy-looking young person. Yeah. I mean, she's not schizophrenic or anything. They probably would have said.
Yeah, I don't know. Weird.
Because they probably would have said when she was missing, if she had any sort of condition, they'd be like, watch out, she's, she needs this, she needs her medicine, or she,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what the hell is causing people to freak out? You got these
5G, and now it's 10G.
Yeah, something's going on, man.
They're turning it up. They're turning
People,
up the grids.
yeah, people on planes freaking out like left and right. Now you got this girl who sees a toddler, a little boy in a diaper walking down the interstate. Nobody else seems to have seen him. Yeah, when it first came out, I'm like, oh, she's gone. That was a plan.
Me too. I was just,
yeah.
I put a whole thing out about it too. Like, if somebody hits you in the back, don't stop. And
yeah,
you might want to sit there and watch and make sure the kid gets picked up, but you're watching them, they're watching you. I thought I was positive.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, she gone.
They're going to throw her in the
cage somewhere. Talking last week, sex trafficking and all. Yep, she gone. But no, apparently not.
This is even weirder.
Yeah, it's even weirder. I could understand the first thought, but yeah, this one is like, I don't know. What do you guys think happened to her? What do you think? She's just crazy, or was she abducted by aliens for a brief stint of time? I'm not saying it's aliens, but yeah, I don't know. Weird.
I don't even know how I missed that she got found.
Yeah. Yeah, like why, yeah. Did she eat the snack food that she got from Target? Did she wolf it all down? Or was there somebody else in the car that ate it? Was the phantom toddler? Did he eat it all?
Bring it with her to eat on the walk back?
Yeah, did she like, oh, I got to go look for this kid. I'm going to take these damn snacks with me, though, because I'm hungry.
Like, here, kid, you want like a kid bait?
Yeah. Here, want some candy?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'll take my wig off and put my phone down on the ground. So now you can see what I really look like. I don't know, man. I got questions. Weirdness.
That's interesting. Do you know why dogs lick your hand before going to sleep?
Oh, why is that?
Because the act of licking releases endorphins that can help soothe a dog to sleep.
Huh.
And it provides the pooch with a sense of security and reminding them of puppyhood and being groomed by their moms.
Well, damn. Something I didn't really know.
I wonder if that's why cats do it too. Like little Moose, when she always, sees me in the morning, she's like the first one in the window looking for me, and I pet her. She always stops and then will like lick my hand and my arm, just like constantly.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Janice. That's what I thought. Something happened, and then they were like, look into the flashy thing. Mm-hmm. They erased her memory, and she's like, I don't know what happened. Why does my butt hurt? Where am I?
Like Chagrin said, mind wipe.
Yep.
That's where I'm going. Like something like that. The 5G harp, radio. Who was it? It was the guy who was on Jason's show from Animal Planet. I just forgot his name. Anyhow, he was talking about this device from these other people that he knew, like the CIA type thing that would send a signal like, okay, you could be so far ahead and it would sound like somebody literally like whispering in your ear. And
oh, wow.
I can't remember what it was now. It was some sort of something they talk into and then it'd sound like whispers or no, radio waves. It was radio waves. Because that's what I was talking about, harp. And so they could shoot this radio wave thing at you. That's what it is. And then the person it'll sound like legit somebody whispering in your ear. Weird. So if they can do stuff like that a long time ago,
yeah,
what do you think they can do now? I can't even imagine or make up what they could probably do.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? You're driving down the road and, they're just like, did you see the baby on the side of the road? What? Huh?
It could be a hologram. All these towers. We got towers everywhere. Get on my forehead.
And then you get, some weirdo running it and it'll be like, take your clothes off.
Put your hands behind your back and walk towards my voice.
Exactly. Oh man, I don't know. Speaking of things on the side of the road, there's this one. I don't know if y'all seen this one or not, but it's got a little video too. And I got my, I don't know, spidey senses on this one. See what you guys think. I don't know. I hit 32 different buttons to add it to the stream. Drone footage shows alleged Bigfoot walking through snowy forest. A piece of footage that's been making the rounds on TikTok shows a bipedal ape-like creature, aka Bigfoot, trudging through the snow. It's not really that much snow. The video, which was originally updated 7 months ago by Ken's Carpentry on YouTube, recently enjoyed a new lease of life after it was posted up on social media sharing site TikTok. Footage itself, which was presumably filmed in northeastern Vermont, Bigfoot country, shows a recording from a drone flying low over the trees of a snowy forest. Around 2:20 on the video, a humanoid figure covered in brown hair suddenly comes into view. Over the next few seconds, the drone operator can be heard expressing surprise at the discovery, while the drone moves to follow the creature as it walks onward through the snowy trees. Since gaining attention on social media, the footage has been met with an understandable degree of skepticism, with many users maintaining that it's a prank involving someone wearing a suit. Sure enough, the movement of the alleged Bigfoot is distinctively human-like. And now I'll play the video. Which is, where the hell did you go? There it is. Again, got to hit 45 buttons to get the screen share up. Okay, here's video. I may speed it up because he does some jabbering.
All right. So I wanted to just show you a road near where I live called Bear Hollow Road. Curious.
I'm conveniently filming this strange road.
It's the first part of December, so typically there you don't see them. But I just thought it'd be fun to take a look. I have a few minutes, so we'll go for a little quick ride and take a look. Well, the bumps are certainly out. You can see the sign over there. It is aptly named Bear Hollow. Let's go down and take a look.
Let's go down and take a look.
Saw a mother bear and two cubs this past spring. I don't know where they would be now.
They're at your front door begging for Fritos.
Whoa! What is that? What? I'm going to get out and take a look. What is that? Got to turn around. I got to get back there.
Why is it so sketchy? His reaction sounded fake AF.
That's what?
Oh my God! What is that right there?
What is that? Okay, you're there. This is the first thing. You're there. You see it. Why the hell don't you stop right there if you want to look at it? Why are you going to drive down the road and turn around? That was
right.
Flag number one was his reaction sounded fake. Maybe it's legit. Maybe he'll see this and go, no, dude, it was legit. Whatever. I don't know. Skeptic in me and gut feeling is like.
Shut the camera off for a minute. I'm going to use the drone.
Oh, okay.
So he pulls down the road a ways.
Because you don't want to look straight on because you'll be able to tell too much that it's fake. And a dude in a suit.
It's pretty good footage, but.
Yeah, because it's a nice drone.
Yeah. But the other thing about it, you can hear him walking, which, okay, he's got a mic maybe. It's all understandable. You hear the drone. That's normal. I mean, I've got several really nice DJI drones, and they take good pictures, and the sound is pretty decent on them. But
You do?
yeah,
I didn't know you had drones.
oh yeah. And okay, there's Bigfoot.
Oh, I missed. Oh, that's a dude walking. It walks like a man. Look at him.
What is?
That's a man walking.
Oh, that's incredible.
Oh, so incredible.
What?
What? Conveniently, it stops for him. He can take his get his angles ready. Very considerate Bigfoot. Probably has Nike prints in the snow.
Are you serious? What?
His acting is
See,
horrible.
this is it. Listen,
What is that?
you hear Bigfoot walking.
Maybe it's a hunter. Did he think that? In a ghillie suit.
There's no way you're going to hear his footsteps over the drone's motors. There's just no way.
Mm-mm.
What the world?
Oh, what in the tarnation?
Yeah, I call. What's that? Is that the drone? What's making that noise?
Yeah, that's the drone. So it just kind of goes on here, and you don't really see much more. But I don't know, I mean, if it's a Bigfoot, hey, that's pretty damn good footage. But to me, the way he was walking, like, especially, let's see, where is it?
Now, wouldn't he maybe have thought, like, first off, like, maybe that's a guy in a ghillie suit? Like, what would have made him think that was, like, a Bigfoot over, like, a hunter or something to have that kind of a reaction to begin with?
Yeah.
Driving, my first thing would probably be, like, thinking it's a person.
Well, the way he walks right here when he comes out again.
Those, like, long, weird strides.
No, he just...
No way.
No
Are you
way.
serious?
Holy shnikes, man. Right here.
What
Yeah.
is that?
Bigfoot would just be stomping over that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, something about it makes it look like... how if you have a mask on, you can't really see real good.
Oh, so you're kind of going like this to see where you're walking?
Yeah, I don't know, it's just very fishy to me. How he's like stepping real careful
And his arms with the balance, like he's...
Yeah, I don't know, who knows? It might be real, but I don't know if I believe it or not. And yeah, man, I haven't checked my Powerball tickets. D, we got 4 of them tonight. What is it up to, like $1 billion? Holy shit! Can you imagine?
Seriously?
Yeah. If it rolls over tonight, I don't know what it's going to turn into, but yeah. Yeah, Chagrin says fake. Yeah,
I love Carhartt onesies.
Yeah.
Carhartt.
I don't know. That was my first impression when he was driving down the road, and he was like, "Whoa, what is that? What is that?"
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's the way he rolls. But I'd be like, "Holy shit, what was that?" I'd have a more genuine.
What? Are you serious? What in the world?
What in the tarnation? That kind of critter walking up there like that. Clickety, clickety, dot.
Clickety, clickety. Clickety, clickety.
That daggum wood monsters. I don't know. Maybe it's real. Maybe it's bullshit.
Maybe it's Memorex. We have some other developments in the past week.
Speaking of crazy shit.
The infamous Long Island serial killer suspect behind Gilgo Beach murders is in custody. Massapequa Park, New York, architect Rex Hauerman,
Huberman.
that's right. When you look that up too, they said actually Heuermann, when you break it down in German, means hit men, like hit man.
Yeah.
Or something, not hitman, or like paid man, something like that. Was charged with murder in the deaths of 3 women in the Gilgo Beach serial killer case. How do you say it again?
Huberman, yeah.
Huberman pleaded not guilty to 6 charges during a Friday afternoon court appearance after being arrested Thursday evening in Manhattan. He faces charges of 3 counts of murder in the first degree and 3 counts of murder in the second degree. The counts are related to the deaths of Melissa, Megan, and Amber, 3 of the victims found in Gilgo Beach in December 2010. He faces life without parole if convicted. Investigators are now searching a home in Massapequa Park in Long Island, about 25 minutes from where they discovered 11 sets of human remains strewn along a suburban beach highway in 2010 and 2011. His Manhattan office is also being searched. I've lived with the Gilgo Beach investigation for my entire tenure as county executive, and I can tell you that during that time, the focus for me, members of our team, have been on bringing justice for these victims and closure to the families who have suffered. Today's developments take us a major step forward in doing exactly that, he said, adding, I want the public to know the message to the public is that we have never stopped working on this case. The law enforcement activity has drawn neighbors out of their homes in the suburban village of Massapequa Park, despite the rainy weather in the area Friday morning. He's a married father of 2 and an architect living on Long Island and working in Manhattan. One former neighbor, Carol, said that he once asked her brother if he cried at their father's funeral after he died. Other neighbors in Massapequa Park told them that the man who has lived at the home being examined by police is a neighborhood creep. They said police first showed up at the home there Thursday around 10 p.m. local time. A neighbor who lives nearby the property said the arrest is just very shocking. I live right here. My son goes to the elementary school right over here. It's just very shocking and scary that this happened so close to home. I'm glad they have him in custody, and I hope they figure out what really happened. The murders have remained unsolved more than a decade after the search for missing escort Shannon Gilbert first led police to the bodies of multiple sex workers and other victims east of New York City. There's somebody after me, Gilbert repeatedly told dispatchers in a call on May 1st, 2010. But she did not provide a location more specific than a house on Long Island, somewhere near Jones Beach. Can you trace where I am? She asked. No, I can't, the dispatcher replied. See, could have dropped a pin in it. The first victims found after the search for Gilbert began are known as the Gilgo Four: Amber Lynn, Maureen, Megan, and Melissa. In March 2011, the partial remains of 20-year-old Jessica Taylor were found near Gilgo Beach. Authorities said part of Taylor's body was discovered 8 years earlier and 40 miles away in Maynardville, New York. Days later, 3 more sets of human remains were discovered alongside Ocean Parkway. The first was 24-year-old Valerie, whose partial remains had also been found in Maynardville years earlier. An unidentified toddler was found near Mac, according to the official website. 2 miles west, police discovered the skeletal remains of an unidentified Asian man or a transgender woman, believed to be 17 to 23 years old. A week later, in April 2011, 2 more sets of partial remains were found along Ocean Parkway. The first were those of the women known as Peaches, believed to be the mother of the toddler found the week before. Part of her body had been previously discovered in Hempstead Lake State Park in 1997. The second was the skull of a woman who was linked to remains found on Fire Island in 1996. Suffolk County Police and prosecutors provided an update on the Gilgo Beach case late Friday afternoon. So now, and when I was looking for, and yay, I hope he does not get let back out if it is him, if he's guilty for it.
Yeah. Now there's supposedly links to Vegas and I don't know, South Carolina or something. North Carolina.
Because now they're checking around.
Hmm.
When I was looking for articles today, now I'm seeing like people coming out. I see this one lady. She looks like some sort of, I don't know, prostitute herself, saying not knocking her, but she's like, oh, I encountered him and he likes to get off on his victims before killing them. And I got away, but it sounded like the sensationalized story. Like, people kind of coming out of the woodworks, giving these stories like they had encounters with him. And I wonder like how many are actually telling the truth and how many just are using this to.
Yeah. Get a little 15 minutes of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, I mean, if you see the dude when they're leading him out, he's a big dude, man. He's like a foot or so taller than everybody around him, at least a foot and a half taller. He's a big
he did.
guy.
He would mock he called one girl her sister, I think it was, and he like mocked the sister. He would call the family members. He's a monster.
Weird. Yeah, and just a Manhattan architect married with a couple of kids, living a normal life. But yeah, maybe his version of a normal life includes being a serial killer. What the? You never know.
I heard some other people stuff the other day, but I forgot.
Rob could seem like a cool guy, and everybody likes him. And, I didn't have any clue he was a serial killer.
It's
like, how do people live like that?
Always the quiet ones.
Yep. I don't know, man. They got to have like no conscience. I mean, how would he feel if some crazy serial killer like murdered his daughters or his wife? How would he give a shit? Would he have any feeling? If he's like schizophrenic or whatever, would he have any feelings?
Would it do him a favor?
Would it just make I'm glad to get rid of those bitches.
Like,
I mean,
save me getting my hands dirty.
Yeah, I mean,
good question though.
I mean, I couldn't imagine him not being affected if somebody did that to his family members, So how could he not have feelings toward? I don't know. People like that just don't have any conscience. How the hell do you go to sleep that night? Any night, knowing that you killed and tortured and mocked just innocent people.
A lot of these people come home like any other day at work. Like when you listen to the wives or the girlfriends, and then the husband gets arrested later, and then they find out all these like horrible, disgusting things. Like one guy would come back from raping and killing women and then come and like massage his wife's shoulders and stuff with hands he just strangled someone with. And then she, find that out later. She's like, he just killed someone and then came and was like, rubbing my back. Or like, one guy had handprints on his back, like dirty handprints. And the chick was positive he was cheating on her. Because he's like, no, I fell down. And she goes, you don't fall down and get a handprint, And it turned out that he was strangling a lady and burying her. And she was reaching up out of the dirt and grabbing him and stuff. So that's what the handprints were. And they'll eat. Like a lot of people actually go and get a hamburger after, go to like Denny's. Like,
oh, yeah.
You'll see them like walking around Walmart to get cleaning supplies. Like, okay, you know, this person literally just killed somebody. In some cases, have been dismembering said body, and now they're just walking around talking to people in Walmart like nothing.
Yeah. Weird. And yeah, I mean, even here in my little town, that we had a serial killer that was killing sex workers, you know, prostitutes, whatever you want to call them, girls that were selling it on the side, you know. I mean, what do they have something against that? Because they're like doing business with them, you know, and then they get done and go to kill them.
Well, a lot of times they either have like hate their mom because their mom was something like that, and so they take it out on women, or they just figure it's an easy target because they don't have people looking for them.
Yeah. I mean, they're people just like anybody, you know. I mean, whatever. I don't have anything against sex workers, prostitutes, whatever. I mean, half the places, you know, Vegas, Costa Rica, you know, it's legal. You know, a lot of places it's not legal, but doesn't mean it doesn't happen. But whatever. No reason to go killing somebody. Ain't got no reason to kill nobody, I reckon. Mm-hmm. Weird. Fucking weird. Some people just like killing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Darcy and me were having this discussion today about, you know, religion and the Bible and this and that. And, you know, God created the earth and the world and man and this and that, you know. It's like, man, kind of screwed up when he put man on the earth, because humans are the worst fucking thing possible on the earth. We kill each other. We fight with each other. We fuck up the planet, the oceans, the skies, the water, and, you know, and then you got your elites who want to dominate the whole world and be, you know, be some sort of fucking king on the hill and make everybody subservient to them. It's like,
and
yeah,
we were given heaven on earth right here. Everything we could ever need, ever, was provided to us right here.
Yep.
We have paradise right here.
Yep. And just like, you know, electricity. I mean, Nikola Tesla invented ways to power the earth without all the wires and all the bullshit that you see everywhere all over the world. To get electricity, you got to have these wires and this and that. No, you don't. You don't. The reason those wires are there is because of greed, because somebody wants to be in charge of the current that runs through those wires so they can make money on your ass. It ain't free. Electricity is not free. Your AC is not free. Your TV is not free. It's nothing free. You got to pay for it all.
Yep.
And there's ways, you know, to not have to pay for electricity. But, you know.
Aren't they talking about one of those things too? Like, I don't know if it's the thing about pulling moisture out of the air or what it is, but one of the things Nikola had said a long time ago, isn't somebody actually trying to do that, like, recently?
Yeah, I know. Elon Musk has, I saw an interview with him, you know, and he's walking through and he's showing this, I don't know, I didn't catch the whole thing, but it was like this big battery pack thing. And he's like, yeah, 100 of these could, you know, power, you know, it could be power for everybody. And the guy was like, 100 of these could power the entire United States. He's like, no, the entire world. You know, I don't know. Yeah. But no, that kind of, you know, they got cars that can run on water. Or, you know, whatever, but that's never gonna come to the light of day, because then why are they gonna sell gas, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But then you got, you know, everybody wants to go to electric cars. Everybody has to go to electric cars, but then you got Gates and these other fucking idiots wanting to shoot stuff up in the sky to dim the sun. So it's like, you guys out in California don't have enough electricity to run your whole state now. And so let's dim the sun and make it even worse.
We now can't handle 100-degree weather across the state.
Yeah.
100 degrees for one day is now considered a heat wave in California.
Yep. Mm. Yeah, I mean, people are freaking out here because we had a couple 101 degree days, you know? I mean, it's hot as hell. It sucks. You don't want to be out in that shit. It's hot. It's hot and it's humid.
Happens in the summer.
You know? Yeah. I mean, it's happened every time, since I was a kid. There's always like 2 or 3 weeks out of the summer that just suck, you know? And that's when you stay inside in the AC and do things. Paint the walls, do something, paint your toenails,
Lay in the
trim
bathtub full of ice.
yeah, something. There's, you know, I mean, some summers we get away with, oh, it hadn't been so terribly hot, you know, but most of the time in Florida, it's hot. It's hotter than Satan's anus in a frying pan. A couple of weeks out of the year.
Death Valley's going to hit record, heat, blah, blah, blah. No, actually, they're lying about that. And the records they're talking about are kind of like hard to even hit in these months. Ain't going to happen. Plus, it's Death Valley. Like, it's called Death Valley for a reason.
Yeah.
It's nothing new. The Earth has always had climate change. The sun has always done what it does billions of years before us, billions of years before pizza ovens and cow farts, and it will happen long after us. You cannot do anything to stop Mother Nature. The sun wins.
Oh, you're a denier.
Yeah.
You're just a denier. You just can't face the truth.
Nope.
Nope.
Another update that we have. Family who saw 10-foot aliens with large shiny eyes have been placed under surveillance.
Surveillance.
A strange UFO mystery in Las Vegas deepened when police set up surveillance outside the house of a resident after a sighting of something not human. The Homeland Security Department of the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department set up surveillance at a Nevada property after a mysterious object supposedly fell from the skies on April 30th. Has it already been that long ago?
I know. Can you believe it?
Las Vegas podcaster Doug, a self-confessed skeptic, said that the second time he visited the family at the house, he saw surveillance cameras set up there. He was told by the family that police had set up the camera supposedly to protect the family from people coming to bother them about the UFO. He added, but I can tell you right now, cops don't come out and put up expensive video equipment like that, and they certainly wouldn't for someone calling in a report about a UFO. The story went from local to world news when Las Vegas Channel 8 News obtained body cam footage of the suspected UFO streaking across the night sky. The incident unfolded on April 30th when an officer's camera recorded the unidentified object. Oh, I think I'm reading the wrong article. Wait. I think this is the wrong article.
Yeah, that's things, you know, just like I was saying earlier with the girl that disappeared on the side of the road, with the lady on the plane, the guy on the plane that, you know, oh, you're dead, you're not real. With these people here, you know, we got 10-foot aliens in the backyard. Where's the follow-up to these stories? They're all different kinds of stories, but where's the follow-up?
Follow-up? It's just the wrong article now. Anyway, I probably won't find it that quick.
I don't know. What do you guys think? You guys think these guys had 10-foot or 8-foot, whatever, big ass aliens in their backyard or something? Aliens, bipedal spacemen, bipedal spacemen. What were they called? Slee stacks. Were they slee stacks in the backyard? What were they? or did they just do some bad like fake weed or something that night, and they were just seeing things? Drugs are bad. Perhaps they saw 10-foot ghosts. Could be.
Could be.
Debbie says photos or it didn't happen. Well, supposedly they got photos, but yeah, it's kind of a stretch of a photo. It's like, is that real or is that paradiddles? No, that's drumming. Paradoiler. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, local camera showed something falling from the sky. It looked like a meteorite to me.
Yeah, I think it was a meteor.
I mean, it could have been a spaceship. I don't know.
And then something fell in Lake Mead that people were looking at.
Yeah. I mean, supposedly they looked at that footage of the thing falling and they said, yeah, it's legit. It's a meteorite or it's whatever falling. But it's like several hundred miles from the area where these aliens showed up. But then again, they're freaking aliens. Do miles matter to them? I mean, is a mile like a hop, skip, and a jump? Considering if they came here from another planet, they're more than a few miles away. They're like light years away, like millions of miles away. So maybe they don't travel by they're like miles. You guys are prehistoric cavemen. We don't travel by miles.
I think it was a meteor, but there is a lot of meteor activity around UFO sightings sometimes.
Yeah.
So it could have been, because I thought it was a flare at first till I saw the other angles. And then I'm like, oh no, that's a meteor.
Perhaps they were tripping on PCB. Could be. Some DMT. Who knows? Flocka. Could have been huffing paint cans. Who knows?
Where's that new one? Some Trank.
Some Trank, yeah. Let's do that. Now there's even a new stupider drug out there. I read about the other day. Good God, what the hell's wrong with people?
What's that? I thought it was that Trank, which is
that's one of them.
Not Special K, but I don't know what's the other one.
I can't remember. I'm brain fart. Maybe I did too much of it the other night. I can't remember the name of it. Drugs are bad.
So when I was on my walk coming back just now, I don't think the videos have uploaded yet, but I was, taking pictures of the gross particles hanging down in the atmosphere because of the heat, and you can just see like the gross crap in the air. Well, all of a sudden I see two planes together, like flying like blue angels, shooting out. Instead of like a cloud chemtrail, it looks like this weird invisible like a wake in the air. It's like really hard to explain. Like you can see that it's like there's a void in the middle. And I don't know if they do this method because they don't want people to see all the trails, or it's just another way of doing it. But it's the first time I've actually seen not planes like flying like with each other, but like together, like way. And I was just watching them, and they're shooting the clear crap out the back at the same time. And I wanted to point it out on the camera, but then I was trying to catch them, and then I lost it with my eyes. But I'm like, damn. And then you could see them flying off, and we're probably gonna have slime.
Yep. Yeah, like Special Power says, Skinwalker Ranch, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, they had some footage, and then they were using a high-speed camera, where they could slow it down and look at it. And, here's this thing flying across, and they estimate it, like it says, going 2,600 miles an hour. It's so fast you can't see it with just normal vision. But when you shoot it with a high-speed camera and slow it down, you see it. And it's like it goes by so fast. It's like a nanosecond that it flies by. But yeah, that's not normal. That's nothing Nothing that we can make goes that fast, and
Mm-mm.
much less going that fast and being able to turn and stuff like they do. Like I said before, you're going 2,600 miles an hour and you turn really sharp. The G-force is going to pin you to the wall like a plate of spaghetti. Your brains are going to fly out your eyeballs. So, talking about slime, that'd be coming out your nose and everything else, your ears.
Every orifice of your body.
So, they obviously don't fly like we do. And if they're here, if they've been here, if they're here now, if they're coming and going as they please, maybe they're not hostile. Because, if they wanted to get us, they could have got us by now. Is there some intergalactic law that says you can't touch the retards on the planet Earth because they're special? I don't know.
This is our special experiment. You need to be careful with them.
We know they're stupid.
Delicate.
Don't kill them. Whatever you do, don't eat them because they're toxic.
Yeah.
You'll get the stupid gene if you eat them.
They'll go right through you.
Mad cow disease if you eat the human. I don't know, man. Speaking of weird planets and stuff among the intergalactic highway, we got this one. Mysterious star system with spiral arms, maybe home to a hidden planet. Who knows? Yeah, and who said, Craig Wood said, get rid of all the light pollution and you would see a lot of stuff, a lot of meteorites and who knows what. Yeah, there's a place when I'm driving back from one of my gigs, which I'll be doing this coming Sunday, as I'm playing down south of here about 45 minutes or so. And there's one stretch right around Matanzas Inlet. There's no street lights, no houses, no lights, no light pollution of any kind. It is black. It is a black hole of sky down there, except the sky is not a black hole. You can see so much down there, and it's always cool. You can pull over, like the astronomy club, when they go to look for stuff, that's where they go because it's so damn dark. And it's a great place to look up, and you see all kinds of crap. Shooting stars, meteorites. What's that? UFO? What are those satellites? Who knows what they are? Let me throw my binoculars in the car this weekend and stop and see. Come back and be wearing an Egger suit and my butt will hurt, and I'll be drinking sugar water.
Listen, sugar water.
And that's what what's his name? The dude in Independence Day, wasn't it? The guy that like their house got all covered. And was that movie or was that something else? The Egger suit guy.
I don't remember the sugar water though.
Big bug. Yeah, ever since that thing landed in the yard, he's just been drinking sugar water. Oh man, maybe my Swiss cheese brain is thinking of 3 different movies at once. I don't know. A new study has revealed details of an enigmatic star system that looks suspiciously like a spiral galaxy. You'd certainly be forgiven for thinking that above image shows a distant spiral galaxy, but this is in fact a star system situated some 500 million light years from Earth. That's further than an Uber can take you. Astronomers now believe that it's a spiral-like arms which are formed from the protoplanetary disk of gas, dust, and rocks left over from the star's formation, an indicative of a hidden planet. Dubbed MWC 758c, this unseen world would need to be pretty big, like twice the size of Jupiter, in order to have the gravitational heft and shape to the disk to shape the disk in such a distinctive shape. The planet's existence couldn't be determined when the star system was discovered back in 2013, and it wasn't until astronomers could observe it in the Large Binocular Telescope Interferometer in Arizona more recently that it was possible to find out for sure that it was there. It will take the James Webb Space Telescope, however, to fully confirm the observation. Depending on the results that come from the Webb telescope, observations can begin to apply this newfound knowledge to other stellar systems that will allow us to make predictions about where other hidden planets might be lurking, said study lead author Kevin Wagner. Oh, thank you for that information, Kevin. If you looked up in your telescope and saw that, you'd be like, what the hell is that? It's a black hole. It's going to swallow us up. It's going to swallow the Earth. Well, maybe we already do live in a black hole, like I said a couple of weeks ago. A hole of black hole, son. They wrote a song about it. Must be true. Uh-oh. Jamie's got one with the P word in it. Boys have penises, girls have vaginas. Thank you for that tip. Not these days, they don't. Disgusted beachgoers. You're muted. Can't hear a damn thing you're saying.
Oh, I was saying just in time for National Hot Dog Day, too.
Boing. Hot dogs.
And I think I read this last year. I mean, I think this happened last year, too, because I don't think this is the first time these have washed up, or it was another type of penis fish.
Thank you, Janice. Sugar water. Men in Black. Yes, that's what I was thinking of.
Disgusted beachgoers swamped by 10-inch penis fish that are eaten for better bonks. A beach in Argentina was flooded with penis fish, a bizarre phenomenon when thousands of phallic-shaped creatures wash up on the shore. Disgusted beachgoers in the some spot in Rio Grande were left freaked out on Monday afternoon when their local beach appeared to be covered in pink penises. But it was actually just thousands of sea worms that look remarkably similar to male genitalia and are believed to be an aphrodisiac. See? When we're talking about everything we need on earth was given to us, provided to us by the universe, by God.
Including a big old bag of dicks.
Sliced carrots look like your eyes. Grapes look like your heart. So on and so forth. Well, the aphrodisiac, it would make sense that it would look like a penis, right?
Suppose so.
I guess the same with oysters, eh? While it's clear how the sea worms got their nickname, the odd-looking species is formerly known as a word in Latin I'm not going to try to say. They're a type of spoonworm, also dubbed the fat innkeeper worm, because they create U-shaped burrows in the sand or mud that are then left for other animals to move into.
They should add that these look like uncircumcised penis.
They do. They remind me of like little maggot babies too. Like
Yeah, that's kind of true too. The damn field full of hot dogs. Hot dog water.
Someone spilled their bag of dicks on the beach. Pictures of the unusual scene taken by locals show the rude-looking creatures, which measured around 10 inches in length, scattered along a stretch of the beach. While it seems like it was good news for local fishermen, with residents claiming they like to use the worms as bait for fishing sea bass. Is he fishing with a dick? Well, they usually live underground. So what's that on the end of that man's pole? Looks like he's fishing with a dick. Well, while they usually live underground, it's not uncommon for the penis fish to surface during bad weather, and the Argentina beach was flooded with the worms after a heavy storm in the region. As they surface, they become exposed predators and make a perfect meal for animals, including sharks, seagulls, and otters. And I wonder if the aphrodisiac works on the animals too.
Yeah.
While it's not just animals who feast on the phallic worms, they're also a common delicacy in countries such as South Korea, Japan, and China. No surprise. Where they can be found wriggling away in buckets at food markets. Have you seen that lady on TikTok?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? She slaps it,
Yeah.
she hits it, and then she's like, "Arr!"
Yeah.
The unappealing looking worms are typically eaten raw and are served with a savory sauce made from sesame oil or vinegar. They can also be grilled on a skewer and served with salt, pepper, and sesame oil. Their texture has been described as chewy, while they're said to have a salty but surprisingly sweet taste. But it's not just their taste that makes them a popular snack. Ironically, they're also eaten by those looking to boost their sexual desire, and they're said to be an aphrodisiac. The bulbous worms can live up to 25 years and eat bacteria, plankton, and other small particles. They are ancient creatures, with experts finding evidence of their U-shaped burrows dating back 300 million years. They are generally found in East Asia, but it's not the first time hordes of them have been washed up elsewhere. Back in 2019, this must be it, a similar incident also saw thousands of the penis-like worms appear on a beach in California. I remember that now. A biologist who spotted the creatures covering Drake Beach in December said some confused witnesses to the phenomena thought they might have been the remnants of a bratwurst freighter wreckage. I've heard my share of imaginative theories from beachcombers, such as flotsam of a wrecked bratwurst freighter, he said, but it was again just thousands of the sea worms who had been unearthed from their underground homes by a strong storm.
How much? What's that 10-inch penis taste like?
They also pull them out of the conchs too. You know, they always like rip the penis
Yeah.
out of it, and they make a big old like deal about. It's like you guys get too much joy, I think, out of just the fact.
Yeah. Looks like
Like,
a
if
strong.
it's weenie out while it's alive, it's horrible.
Yeah. Craig says no worse than tiger penis. It's sold in as a supposed aphrodisiac in Africa. Hey, what are we having for dinner tonight? Plate of tiger penis. Oh, cool. Don't be
Is
late
that
for dinner.
candles and tiger dick for dinner?
Yikes. Probably gonna pass on that. Although, I don't know. I ate something weird a couple of times in Costa Rica. I didn't want to ask what it was. I'm like, this looks like penis. Don't let me know what it is.
Well, my friends ate the mountain oysters all the time, and they knew what it was.
Yep.
Men eating cow balls.
Mm.
I'm like, how can you do that? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, as a man, how can you sit there and eat a testicle like that?
Well, you know what they say about Red Bull, where the taurine comes from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full sperm. I've looked that up.
Penis fish. Wow. Yeah, I'm probably not going to get penis fish from my fish tank, Debbie.
But I bet they're good sand sifters.
That's true. Reminds me of Dune. What was it? The sandworms? They come up out of the sand. Giant penis with teeth.
Run!
Run. Giant penis with teeth chasing us. How'd you like to get eaten by a giant penis? Well, wowzers, man. Okay, here's another one of these too. I had to read this one.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say, I wonder what Tracy that you just walked in on.
Yeah, exactly. Right when you walk in.
Yeah.
Get eaten by a giant penis. What? What did he say? Where? Excuse me.
Good night to you.
He's like, all right, you guys are weirdos. I'm out of here. Well, that's kind of true.
I think I'll leave now.
God, slide out the back. Yeah. So you like oysters better than hot dogs, huh, Wolfie? I mean, we're talking about food, right?
Hmm.
Okay, just checking, just making sure. I'm pretty much with you on that one.
So maybe it's more seafood, but I guess technically that was seafood too, though.
Yeah, that is a weird creature. I
Hmm.
have mushrooms in my old yard that look like dicks. I have some pictures of them somewhere.
Remember the penis fly traps?
Yeah,
And the top actually lifts up and shoots a white sticky stuff
yeah,
that catches the bug.
weird.
Nature has a funny sense of humor.
Yep, for sure. Well, I had to read this one just to make sure it wasn't the same one I read before, but yeah, it's happening again. Apparently, is it something that's attracting meteorites to people, or are more meteorites falling and hitting people? Or is God just saying, "You're a dick, I'm going to hit you with a meteorite"? I don't know. But it seems like more and more people are getting hit in the ass with meteorites. This woman, had been enjoying coffee on the terrace when she was suddenly hit on the chest by a small space rock. I've been hit by the space poopy. I got it all over me. Meteorites land on the Earth's surface all the time, but the vast majority of these are very small, and the chances of anyone actually being hit by one are so infinitesimally are so tiny that they are practically nil. Nonetheless, such incidents can and do happen, as evidenced recently by the case of a woman who was hit by a meteorite while sitting outside on the terrace drinking coffee with a friend. According to a local newspaper, the object struck her square on the ribs. I, I heard a big boom coming from the roof next to us, she told Les Denaris Novelis Dalsis. I butchered that French name. In the second that followed, I felt a shock on the ribs. I thought it was an animal, a bat. We thought it was a piece of cement, the one we applied to the ridge tiles, but it didn't have the color. Fortunately, despite being hit by the space rock, the woman didn't sustain any major injuries. She just had some bruised ribs. Good thing it hit her in the ribs and not in the boob eyes, because that could have might have hurt worse, or upside the noggin.
I wonder if forks stick to her now.
Yeah, really. Is she drinking sugar water, wearing an Agar suit? I don't know. Where's the follow up? Did she heal up? Does she have a permanent bruise? Did she keep the meteorite, or did she sell it for a lot of money? I don't know. Oh, man. Ulrich says in Hindu and Buddhist culture, they have penis festivals once a year where they worship huge penis statues. Yes, I have seen those. Is it weird to like worship a huge penis?
And in not India, um, they call it the Golden Duel, and they have a lot of emphasis on like the boys are called like Golden Duel. The duel is the dick, and the parents and stuff. If you have a son, they worship like this the fact the son has a penis. And you've seen all those Buddhas and stuff that have like these humongous weird penises.
Yeah. Yeah, as they're out in France, they do eat snails. Every restaurant I went to France in 2005 for free, as a matter of fact. It was nice. But free, I don't know. I was like the fattest guy in France, I think. What's that?
You went to France?
Yeah. And I was like the fattest guy in France, I think. Because everybody walks there and like rides bikes and scooters and stuff. They do a lot of
They
walking.
don't have all the BS on their food like we do. Their food is like different and better.
Yeah, the food was good, but
Fresh.
with every meal, you get snails. They're like an hors d'oeuvre. Like here, they bring you bread, of course, which is not good for you. There, they bring you a big plate of snails, and I was with 3 other Americans representing the USA, and then there's other people there, but nobody in my group was eating snails. They're like, oh hell no, you know, nobody wanted snails. So I'm like, I'll eat them. So yeah, I ate a lot of snails. Excuse me, escargot in
I ate
France.
some in like Vegas or somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't mind them. I kind of liked them. I was like, I like oysters and stuff like that. So
I got sick.
yeah, that would not be good. I thought about it. I'm like, man, if I eat this plate of snails, what happens if I get sick? I'm in France and I'm just puking my shoes up. But nope.
Drinking beer, and so the snail would like float back up on the beer foam, and then the whole mental like got to me.
Gnarly.
Plus, I didn't want to do it. I got kind of like pressured into it.
Yeah. It was funny. I was like at the table and everybody was like, I ain't eating no snails. And I was like, shove your snail plates over here. I'll just eat a shitload of snails. I won't have to order dinner. I'll just drink wine and eat snails. And the wine is like, that's the other thing. They bring you this stuff called seawater. Like here, they bring you bread and water, like rolls or something and water. In France, they bring you snails and seawater, which is basically watered down wine. It's probably like old wine that they add water to. It's kind of like light pink and it kind of tastes like wine with water in it, or water with a little bit of wine in it.
Or maybe it's like the leftover stuff they, when they make wine and they mix it up.
Yeah.
Wait, is it my turn next or your?
Yep.
Oh, mine.
Yep.
I think we might have done this story for this woman when she got married to the ghost to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or it was like a different woman that married a ghost. But only like not even a year later, she's already getting a divorce.
Things just don't work out with those damn ghosts.
Yeah.
They're hard to stay married to. You never tell when they sneak out on you.
You get ghosted a lot.
Yep.
A songwriter and performer has said singer divorces devilishly handsome ghost of a Victorian soldier after less than a year. Brocardi, a songwriter and performer from Oxfordshire, has said the spirit became increasingly possessive after their wedding and switched between being warm and intense and threatening. The songwriter and performer, who goes only by the name Brocardi, said she first met devilishly handsome Eduardo when he burst into her bedroom one dark and stormy night. The 40-year-old from Oxfordshire said long-haired Eduardo immediately announced his love for her and later began confiding in her. Their spirited love affair hit the headlines when Brocardi announced they were to marry in a chapel on Halloween in 2022. Brocardi posted a video of the ceremony on Instagram where she was seen wearing all black with an empty space where invisible Eduardo was said to have been standing. However, shortly after they married, she said she was angry that her husband got too drunk on their honeymoon in Barry Island, Wales.
Damn ghost.
He added that Eduardo would become increasingly possessive and would switch between being warm and intense and threatening. She said, after our initial meeting, Eduardo slowly revealed more about himself to me. I saw his images as a Victorian soldier. He was always in his uniform, even on our wedding day. His face is devilishly handsome, shoulder-length, unruly hair. He looks lived in, well, worn, tumbled almost. There's a pain attached to his being. The songwriter, poet, and performer also said she tired of Eduardo's upsetting fascination with Marilyn Monroe. She claims a soldier's crush on the late iconic Hollywood actress began on their wedding day when he spotted the spirit of Monroe in the chapel. She claims the soldier would disappear for days before returning smelling of Chanel No. 5, the fragrance which had been Monroe's favorite perfume. The singer claims setting boundaries infuriated Eduardo, and he allegedly started to haunt her with the sound of a screaming baby. Riccardi said she returned to the chapel where they married in order to exorcise him from her mind. She announced the split in her song, Just Another Anthem. So, sad to hear didn't, last, but.
Yeah. What do you expect, Marry a ghost.
His ex-ghost wife wanted him back. I think she just wanted to sell a song.
Yep.
I don't know anymore, man. This world is just getting nuttier and nuttier.
This female needs to get her medication changed. Yeah,
I'm like looking at her face like dude. You just straight made up like this whole scenario.
Look into my eye.
Chanel No. 5.
Oh, yeah. Chanel No. 5 is tough.
So what? How do you know it wasn't Marilyn walking by then? Like if you smelled the perfume, maybe it was her coming by and you smelled the Chanel. How do you know it was him that smelled the Chanel?
Yeah. I just don't know.
Firefly.
Here's a strange one. If the damn thing would stay open. Come on. Why does my computer always got to fight me on this? Then back to hitting 32 buttons to get the damn screen share up. Good God. Doctors in Israel reattach boy's head after it was internally decapitated. What? Look at this kid, though, man. This kid looks like they didn't hook all the wires up right or something. He's like, kill. Maybe he's just happy to have his head back on straight. The young boy had been riding his bike when a freak accident resulted in his head being severed on the inside. Wow. In a remarkable feat of surgical skill, a medical team at Hadassah in Karim's trauma unit in Jerusalem, Israel, successfully reattached the head of Solomon Hassan, a 12-year-old Palestinian boy who suffered severe injuries when he was hit by a car while riding his bike. Specifically, his head was internally decapitated, meaning that the ligaments and muscles in his neck had been detached from the top of his spine, even though the skin and blood vessels were still intact. We fought for the boy's life, said Dr. Ohad Inav. The procedure itself was very complicated. No kidding. And took several hours. While in the operating room, we used new plates and fixtures. I don't know. In the damaged area. Our ability to save the child was thanks to our knowledge and the most innovative technology in the operating room. No doubt, this boy will be a lot more wary when riding his bike in the future. Bet his ass will look for cars now. Look twice before you cross the street. See, that's another thing, man. People don't. My mom taught me to look before I stepped foot out in the road. People don't do that now. They just walk out in the freaking road right in front of you. They don't give a shit. They're just going to walk out in front of you. Grocery store, They just come out of the
phone.
Yeah. Come out of the grocery store with a phone in their hand, just walk out into traffic. It's like, oh, pedestrians have the right of way. You got to stop. I don't have that much trust in people to stop. I'm going to fucking look both ways before I cross the street. I have trust issues. I don't trust anybody. What if Mr. Smith is coming down the road and he's had a 6-pack and a couple of Quaaludes that day, and he's on a bender? He's not going to give a damn if I step out on my, phone because pedestrians have the right of way. Mr. Smith's going to run my ass over and not even stop, probably. Because it'd be like, what was that bump? Oh, we need to fix some potholes in the street. Yeah, I have trust issues. I ain't walking down the street. Kids these days, man. My mom used to smack me upside the head. I learned to look by swift smack upside the head. Do that now, and they come take your kids away from you. Just trying to teach them how to not get run over by a car. Not on the head, didn't ever hurt anybody.
But yet.
But yet.
But yet. Well, this here is a ghost of a girl who drowned in a disaster was spotted floating near her memorial. We have a little video clip of it too, so you can see when they're just doing like the intro for their video or something, like where it was, where they actually found the image from. I was so busy today, I didn't even actually have time to like zoom in and look closely. I was just like, that looks like a silhouette there. Paranormal investigators claim to have captured eerie footage that shows the floating ghost of a little girl who drowned in a mining disaster nearly 200 years ago. Ghost hunters Lindsay and Lee Steer initially assumed they hadn't encountered any spirits during their trip, but they watched their footage back. After arriving home, however, the pair were shown an eerie screenshot from their memorial site live stream, which seems to show one of the 26 children who tragically drowned when a mine shaft flooded back in 1838. The clip shows what appears to be a still white apparition floating in front of a tree trunk, with Lee walking away without spotting it. Lindsay reckons the mysterious figure is that of a young girl clothed in a white dress. She says she's 100% sure that it's a ghost. After arriving home, however, this keeps jumping to the top. Full-time ghost hunter Lindsay says the child was seen near the old Day Hole shaft, which flooded after a stream burst its banks nearly 200 years ago. It's believed the dead children were recovered from the accident site, washed and then clothed in white, and Lindsay says that's why the spirit is wearing a white dress. The full-time ghost hunter said the heartbreaking footage is so amazing that she'd question if it was fake. She'd question if it was fake had it not been filmed on their live stream. Lindsay, who lives in Rotherham, said, "It looks like a little girl standing there. I've captured a real-life spirit here. She looks like she's got a little white dress, and I can see a little face, mouth, and 2 eyes. It looks like she's elevated off the floor, and she's got bare feet. It's really interesting because I think it's up near the day hole where the children sadly drowned. It's bizarre." She continued, "I'd say it's possibly one of the children from Husker Pit. It's heartbreaking to see. We didn't see the image until we got home and noticed a couple people had seen it. It's mind-blowing. We ask our viewers to screenshot anything of interest because we're not particularly watching the screen all of the time. Sometimes I wonder if people have doctored these screenshots, but I'm watching the video now and I can see it. I believe this is 100% a spirit child." Lee's a bit like, wow, even though he's skeptical. If we put that on Facebook and we weren't live, people would say we edited it. It's amazing. I'm sure if we took it to the locals, they'd be really impressed. According to Lindsay, who lives just 10 minutes away from the memorial, the pair picked up some interesting electromagnetic field readings using their ghost hunting device after reaching out to spirits with questions. Lindsay said she always feels emotional when she visits the memorial. The site is marked by the statue of a child miner climbing out of a hole, which was commissioned by local residents back in 1988 to mark the 160th anniversary of the tragedy. She and Lee regularly share their investigations with their 2.3 million social media followers, who have been left particularly spooked by this find. One person commented, "It looks like a little girl." Another applauded, "Fantastic catch, well done. I see her clearly with a white dress." A third remarked, "Wow, that's an amazing capture." So let's see what you guys think.
To an emotional and chilling live stream tonight, we embark on a paranormal investigation, delving into the tragic history of a devastating disaster involving innocent children. Their hopes were shattered and their spirits was left restless.
Kind of does look like a little girl right there.
Here lies an untold story that will send chills down your spine. Welcome tonight to Ghosts of Britain. Step back in time with us as we journey into the heart-wrenching past of a haunting incident that forever changed the lives of countless innocent.
Did it disappear right there? Or was that the angle?
I don't know.
Because at first I'm wondering, okay, is that just pareidolia on the tree? And, was it there the whole time they were filming? Because we only have this little piece of a clip. But then then I'm watching as it's moving, is it moving with it? How's it looking? But all of a sudden it looks like it just dipped out.
I mean, if you look at it in this still frame, this whole thing right here looks like a baby doll's head to me.
It
Probably
does.
just pareidolia, but yeah, looks like a big head. Right, like, hey, close up. My close up.
The eyes, the hair, the nose.
Yeah. But yeah, before, it looked like a little girl standing there. I would agree. Hard to tell in the video, being so far away, but when they zoom in on it, yeah. Is it pareidolia? I don't know. Pareidolia is a weird thing. Your eyes, I don't know, your brain is used to seeing certain shapes. And it's like, is your brain really just playing tricks on you? Is it, storing these weird images in your head that it looked like a baby doll's head, looks like a little girl? I don't know. Weird. I don't know how it works. Maybe it's not working. Maybe it's real. Yeah, Greg. Stuff going on in the world today makes the Manson family kind of look like, Archie and the gang. Yeah, I still like going back to that Go-Go Beach killer. Like, I mean, any serial killer like that, Ted Bundy, any of them. It's like Jeffrey Dahmer. You throw him in there. Not only am I going to kill you, but I'm going to cut parts of you off and put it in my refrigerator and eat you. No wonder he got killed in prison. And like you say, it's like, to me, it's like, how can they even like go to bed and sleep at night? They must have no conscience. And like you say, get done doing whatever to somebody and chopping them up, and then I'm gonna stop by IHOP on the way home and get some pancakes, or
Grand Slam.
Go to the Italian store and get a big bowl of spaghetti and meatballs. It's like, really? Wow.
These kids had killed this person, their friend, in the parking lot in the car, stabbed her and strangled her, went inside and ate McDonald's.
I don't get it. I don't understand. It's probably a good thing I don't understand it. I don't want to know.
Isn't that one of the ways they found this dude too? Or was it a different guy? Who had the pizza by him? Or was that a different story?
I can't remember on this one.
Like there's like chewed up pizza or something. Eating somebody like sat there eating pizza next to one of the bodies,
Hmm.
and so they got like DNA or got something off of the pizza. I can't remember.
Weird. It's weird that, you know, yeah, they said he had, well over a couple hundred guns. I mean, I don't have hundreds of guns, but I got my fair share of guns, but
I'm pleading the fifth.
yeah, I lost all mine in a boating accident. But yeah. I don't know. Weirdness. Let's see. You got any more articles? That was your last one, right?
Nope, I got the fireball in the sky.
Oh yeah, there's this one. Here we go.
Green, and I seen this trending earlier.
Fireball in the paint.
Fireball. That's a Pitbull song. Green fireball caught on ring camera sparks a UFO panic. That's an alien ship. Apparently, ring cameras catch both potential home and alien invaders in the act. Taking a break from busting trespassers, the popular doorbell security device has captured the moment a mysterious green fireball streaked across the night sky in Louisiana. Meteorite. Sparking conspiracy theories that the object could have been extraterrestrial in origin. Ring doorbell camera footage captured the incredible view, which happened on July 14th at 4:30 a.m. in Gretna. The American Meteorological Society is now investigating the latest eerie clip, according to Jam Press. The clip captured via the security device starts off showing a sleepy suburban street in the wee hours of the morning. All of a sudden, a brilliant ball of emerald light seemingly flashes towards the street, illuminating the sky behind a house like something out of a Harry Potter book. The fire phenomenon was reported by numerous residents in neighboring areas. According to AccuWeather, the dazzling phenomenon was actually a meteor, of which there were 29 sightings in 6 states. However, conspiratorially minded onlookers were not convinced, with one local declaring, "That's not what they say it is. That's a landing." Oh, that's not what they say it is. That's a landing. Another tinfoil hatter wrote, and see how they're doing this? A tinfoil hatter wrote, "That ain't no meteor. That's an alien ship warping into our space and time. UFO must have stopped by to get a po' boy," joked a third. One skeptical observer added, "Can't agree that it was a meteorite because I saw no fire. But it was the most beautiful and scariest thing I'd ever seen in 58 years. Another in a similarly spooky sighting last month. And then again, they're going to the Las Vegas story again. When I saw it, I thought it was definitely a meteor. But see the way that journalism is really, twisting people who do think for themselves or think outside of what's being told to you to accept. Like, well, this is what you're telling you it is, so you have to accept that and believe it. And if you don't, there's going to be consequences for that.
Exactly.
Tinfoil hatter, and then they had to, use that type of grammar. They're just trying to make people look stupid and out of their mind.
Yeah. So we got a little video. Yeah, I agree, Craig. I watched some Manson interviews too, and I'm like, what he's saying kind of makes sense. Yeah, made me wonder about my own sanity as well.
Oh, Turquoise said that she don't think he was eating the pizza by the body. They got his DNA from pizza crust in a box he threw away.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty bright, big-ass green fireball. Uh-oh, got them naked.
There's been a lot of meteors lately, and is that because of all the Ring doorbells now catching it, or are we having more meteors than normal?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I could see, you ring doorbell catching something, just a speck that flies across. But this is like pretty big. Like everybody would see this that was outside, or it would even probably
Through
come
your
through your
window.
windows. Yeah, because it's pretty damn bright.
And it didn't make a noise. Usually, sometimes you hear them, don't you? Like on the ring.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't know. Pretty trippy. Kind of looks that green. Kind of looks like that thing that, aliens in the backyard trip.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of color green. I don't know. Just saying. Not saying it's aliens, but could be aliens. Tinfoil hat wearing. Uh-oh. Ulrich's got 6 cats now. How many cats do you have?
I got 6 also.
Ooh. And how many does your mom have?
4.
Whoa. You're up to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my neighbor next door has like 9 cats and 3 dogs. 4 dogs? 3 dogs? I don't know. I lost track.
And we got 4 squirrels, 3 crows, 2 blue jays.
I love your videos.
Pear tree.
You feeding the blue jay with peanuts and the squirrels. You're like Dr. Doolittle out there.
It's better than having a bird in a cage too. Like sometimes it just wants to like see you. And then he goes and does his thing. You don't have to keep it locked up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's more, danger and you get sad. This is like, there was another one from a long time ago, the original 2-nut, because he would take 2 peanuts at a time.
Yep. Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And then he would just stop showing up. And he was gone for a long time. And now there's kind of a new 2-nut. He likes to choose which of the 2 peanuts. Like you have to always bring 2 out to it.
Yeah.
And he sits there and like poof up in the window. You'll be doing stuff and then not realize it's sitting there. And all of a sudden he goes whoop and puffs up like a big puffer.
That's classic.
Hits the window with the beak sometimes. Like they knock.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've been feeding. We got, I don't know, 4 bird feeders out here and a couple hummingbird feeders. Finally saw hummingbirds for the first time the other day. But yeah, we got blue jays and mourning doves and sparrows and cardinals and all kinds of stuff. And the squirrels, like they're savages, man. They I put peanuts out there in the squirrel feeder and they just, when I first put it out there, they ripped the freaking thing off the tree. But yeah, they devastate the peanuts. And then, when you forget and don't put food out there, I go out there and look and they're all just sitting there just staring at me like, come on, slacker. Where's the food? We've come to depend on you.
Yep.
Yeah.
The crows wait because the squirrels, it's funny. Sometimes you'll see like the crows start to fly and the squirrel run across the fence to like scare it away.
Yep. Yeah,
You got your question of the week?
Yes, I do. Chip says rocket launches. We've had it. Could be space dust falling. Could be. Could be something weird coming out of space. Chip's one of the guys I play music with. We'll be playing this weekend.
Oh, cool.
Saturday evening at the Oaks Club.
Saturday.
Then Sunday. My other band will be playing down there where I talk about the dark skies. So yeah, crystal of the week. Where is it? Present, share, screen, stop. What has happened? There's a breakdown in communication here. Here we go. Crystal of the week. A little bit about carnelian. This week's crystal of the week. Carnelian is an orange-reddish variety of chalcedony, but it can also be found nearly all black and is one of the most popular members of the quartz family. It comes from the medieval Latin word cornelius, which is in reference to the cornelian cherry, a plant species native to southern Europe. Carnelian can be found all over the world, with civilizations throughout history proving that to us today. Most of the carnelian specimens on the market today come out of Brazil, Uruguay, Madagascar, and India. Carnelian versus sard. Carnelian and sard are nearly identical, with sard being the harder and darker in color of the two. It seems that the names arise from different cultures discovering and naming the stone. However, both terms are still used today. There is no exact defining characteristic of the two. Generally, though, the rougher and denser pieces of this calcite are referred to as sard. Some of the historical uses of carnelian. It's been around and has been one of the most widely used stones throughout history, from Napoleon to the Prophet Muhammad. In Egyptian times, the deceased would be adorned with a carnelian necklace symbolizing the blood of Isis and their protection into the afterlife. During the Japanese Iron Age, 300 AD, the deceased were found with carnelian amulets around their necks. The 29th chapter of the Book of the Dead in Egypt's notably inscribed in a tablet of carnelian. Both Napoleon I and II wore a seal of carnelian during their ruling. Furthermore, the Prophet Muhammad was said to have worn a ring of carnelian on the little finger of his right hand. There is a reason why carnelian has been used for so long and by so many different cultures. The strength and energy that this stone possesses is of remarkable quality and must be personally experienced to fully appreciate. When our lower three chakras become activated by carnelian, our personal will kick into overdrive. Courage, power, and passion are a few of the traits that will be pulled into the forefront when working with this stone. Great leaders and kings saw the true power within carnelian and used the stone to channel their strongest ideas. Look at what the world is today due to carnelian's influence over these titans of society. In today's day and age, we are all on our own personal kings, queens, and gods. We have the choice to express our own ideologies and channel the fire inside. The thoughts and goals that we could have only dreamed of can now come to life. It's your personal decision as to whether or not you plan to conquer them and allow them to take root in this reality. Some of the meanings and the energy of carnelian among our lower chakra system is a form of energy that defines us as who we are. The energy is housed in our groin area and is responsible for conjuring itself. We refer to this as our sexual energy, but its power goes far beyond the act itself. Sometimes withholding our sexual energy and transmitting it for our own good is more beneficial than releasing it for your own personal gratification. Harness the energy and channel it into things most important to you rather than just people. There are countless examples of scholars and ideologists that have used sexual transmutation to create life-altering ideas, Nikola Tesla being one of my favorites. Carnelian is the key to accessing this energy nearly instantaneously. It assists in strengthening our transmutation process as we continue to manifest our dreams and desires. Meditate with this stone directly over your groin area, or better enhance and increase the flow of energy coming from the most sacred chakra. Creation comes from the freedom of expression with no bounds. Colors, details, and symbolism all flow through your mind and body when working with this stone. This can be easily expressed on a canvas or through art, music, sports, or anything that puts positive energy back into the world. In our eyes, that is the definition of creation. Place carnelian in workspaces where your team or you harness ideas that turn into a reality. This invigorating stone stimulates our creativity center and pushes our inner child to the surface. This innocent being contains a life force energy capable of bringing anything you dream to light. Allow yourself to release full control and let this inner spirit take over and grant you the truest experiences that you desire. It's a fiery crystal It's connected with the sacral chakra or second chakra and provides courage to open up new possibilities. With its reddish orange hue and earthy tones, carnelian provides a sense of grounding, making it an ideal stone for those looking for support in the face of adversity. The metaphysical properties of this stone are thought to hold inner fire and power straight from the earth, giving spiritual strength and support. So there you go, a little bit about carnelian. This week's crystal of the week. Enjoy it. If you don't have it, get you some. It's a good stone to have. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bada bing, bada boom. Carnelian. Sounds like a powerful stone. Sounds like I should get some because I don't think I have any. I thought I did, but maybe I thought wrong.
I have my favorite piece right here.
Aha. There you go.
And it reminds me of like those like peach rings.
Yeah.
Because the back of it is like complete. It looks like candy. It's got a lot of the chalcedony
Yeah.
on the back. But I love like the little layers.
Yeah. Whoa.
Ooh.
Slippery little sucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any of that. I need to get some.
Yeah, you do.
Maybe I do. I don't know. I thought I had a piece sitting here, but maybe not.
Yeah, sometimes the red jasper can look like the carnelian.
Nope, that's not carnelian. Weed from the dispensary, but that's an entirely different story. But yeah, it's a cool stone. Maybe I do have a piece out there on the shelf with all the other crystals. I'm not sure. Debbie's got a big carnelian heart. Sounds like a song.
It does.
Got a big carnelian heart. Yeah, it does have that kind of fiery earth's core looking color to it.
I just got more selenite in the mail.
What is it?
The selenite.
Oh, yeah.
I got a 12-pack of like these in a little bag.
Yeah.
A big one.
Oh, nice. I like those big wands of it.
But these are cool for like the grids, doing crystal grids and stuff. And I gave one to my sister and one to my mom and one to Jeff. I really like this stuff. And I had like 5 pieces of it in my hand and I could so feel it. It was awesome. I was getting, I just really, really like this.
Yeah. I've got a bunch of pieces of that. I got a big selenite lamp out in the living room that I bought at the last show that our club did. It's about, I don't know, yay tall, 1.5 feet.
Is it like the tower shape, kind of?
Yeah.
Because I want to get one of those, like a piece like that, or it looks like the tower. Because the power, the energy, and the.
That's what it is, and it has a little color changing LED in it.
Oh, cool.
Well, not in it, but it's hollow. It's got a hole in the bottom, and it sits on a little light base that has a color changing LED in it. And I got it. I don't know. I think I paid $15 for it at the show.
It's like 16 cents a carat.
Yeah.
It also is cool because it charges and cleanses all your crystals around it.
Yep.
So you can
Still
take
trips
that
me out.
outside.
Still trips me out here. This picture still just blows my mind. If I could get it to come up here. Let's see. Stop the screen. Share this screen. Click it there. Share the window. Click on the image. Click share.
Close the dictionary.
Close the dictionary. Yep. Add to stream. There we go. There's some selenite.
Oh yeah, I wanted to send my mom that picture because I was telling her about how the caves have the big old pieces of it.
Yeah. It's like, wow, those are big. And then you see the guy standing here and you're like, wow, holy shit, those are real big. But
Will you send me that picture or that article?
Yeah.
But it has to do with all the mind cleansing, and since I've been on that whole trying to clear mind clarity, I also read, I believe, Taurus. This is one for the Taurus zodiac, so that could be another reason I'm so drawn to it. But Royal was asking about my spell jars. This is the mind clarity spell jar that I've been using in conjunction with your crystal singing. Oh, I thought you disappeared. Your crystal singing bowl.
Nice.
The B note one.
Yeah,
And
those are cool.
the selenite and everything.
You mean your crystal singing bowl? Okay, come on.
Come back, come back.
Why won't it do it?
I don't know. I'm trying to even put you.
Okay. There we go. There we go. Jeez. They keep changing things on me. Makes it hard to find. That's what he always says.
I've been writing my other spell for I want to do like a dream resolution type kind of, not like a good dream negative. I'm making a custom spell for it because I've been having these dream issues again. I thought with this new moon I was going to use this energy for that, but I'm still in process of writing it because I like to write my own.
Yeah, Debbie, I don't know if that cave is still accessible. They said they were going to let it close back up and fill back up with water. It used to be full of water. They drained it out. And you can only stay in there for a few minutes at a time without a suit or you'll like roast to death because it's like 120 something degrees in there and humid as hell.
With little cold packs.
But yeah, supposedly they were going to seal it back off and let it do its thing again. So I don't know. Be awesome to get a big chunk of that selenite from out of there, though. But I guess if everybody did that, it wouldn't be as spectacular as it is.
My counselor, John, says I have a bowl in my living room that friends have left stones and crystals in. And my counselor, he's got a little table there with one of those sand gardens in there. And so different patients, and I never left. I always thought about it like, oh, I want to bring one and drop it in there, but I never thought about it till I'd be sitting in there. But a bunch of clients will drop little shells and different crystals, and over time he had a cool little garden in there.
Yeah. That's kind of like how my fish tanks are becoming. We started doing, I just got plants in today, like live plants, and set a bunch up. And it's kind of cool to do a little aquascaping and make it your own little ecosystem in there.
Mm-hmm. So fun.
First time I've done live plants, I've always had either just rocks and wood, like in cichlid tanks, or fake plants, because they're just, you got to worry about keeping them alive. But figured, it's about time to try live plants and see how bad I can screw those up.
It's not hard on the fish, so much better for the fish.
Yeah.
Have you put fish in the other tanks, or are they just still getting set up?
I've got my Central American cichlid tank that has fish in it. I've got another small tank that has harlequin rasboras and cory cat or panda cories in it, which those fish are crazy. And then Darcy has a shrimp tank that she had ghost shrimp in, and then she put little cherry shrimp, blue shrimp, and green shrimp, but the savage ass ghost shrimp ate them. 59-cent ghost shrimp ate the $5 cherry shrimp. Bastards. So she threw them in the fish tank with the fish that she has a couple of blue gouramis and a bunch of like zebra and spotted Danios in. And then her little shrimp tank, she's going to put some more shrimp in there. We're going to go get them from this place in Orange Park in, I don't know, a week or so.
Those
maybe.
are good for the tank too, because they eat the crap and help stir up the sand.
Yeah. We're going to go get some more colored shrimp, but she put a little betta fish in there. His name's Speck. He's cool. And we came in yesterday, I think it was. She's like, there's all these bubbles on the tank. And I'm like, oh, it looks like a bubble nest.
Oxygen?
And I'm like, what the hell, And we're looking it up. And yeah, it's a bubble nest. Bettas make bubble nests to, he must be feeling the urge to get it on because they build a bubble nest to impress the females. There's no female in there. But maybe he's just practicing in the hopes of getting a female. But he's cool. He's white and like bright blue. And then the other tanks, yeah, they're just sitting empty. We got 1, 2, 3 more that are kind of just sitting empty. Just put plants in 2 of them today. The other one has rocks and a couple plants and a bunch of driftwood. I'm not sure what's going to go in that one. I may do some little angelfish or something.
I love angelfish.
Debbie said that I need a penis worm tank. I don't know. Maybe.
I used to have these cleaner shrimp too that were so cool. The fish would like go up to the little shrimp and the little shrimp would sit there. The fish loved the shrimp and the shrimp loved the fish.
Yeah. Yeah, she put the ghost shrimp in with the gouramis. And we were like, I don't know, maybe they'll eat them, whatever. Screw them, little assholes. Because they killed all the expensive shrimp. But no, the gouramis don't mess with them. So they're doing their shrimping thing. You never see them until you go to feed them, and then they come out and they're all over the bottom trying to grab flakes. She said today she put some flakes in there, and one of the shrimp came out and grabbed a big old flake on the bottom. And one of the blue gouramis came up and just looked him right in the face and stole the flake right out of his mouth.
That's my flake.
Like, what are you doing in here, you cockroach of the sea? Yep.
Like a D-bone of the sea.
Yeah. Might have to add
See what happens.
a female bed of fish. Can't leave them together, though.
No, I was going to say, I think they do fight, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, the males will fight. I don't know, man. You see some, I watch all these fish videos, and they're like,
Those are the ones from the bowls, too, when you have,
Yeah.
like, the bull necks and they'll, like, sometimes knock at the bull.
Yeah.
I think it is male and male, though.
Yeah, they'll fight. But then you see videos, and it's like, I got 6 males in my tank, and I've had them for, 8 years. They've never fought. It's like, everything you learn, you see somebody with a video, and it's like, well, everything that I just learned over the last couple of years just went to shit right there. Or is it just
an experiment sometimes? Because
that's what he said.
Trying to survive, and I've had a lot of things get along and play nice that should technically not have.
Yeah, I mean, we got these 2 powder blue gouramis, and they're both males, and everything that we've seen said, oh, you can't have them. They're going to fight. Put them in the tank to see what happens. And they don't mess with each other at all.
If they have room and they have food and, usually they'll be cool. If they can get away from each other and they're not starving.
Yeah.
They'll have no reason to fight or compete.
Yeah. Yeah, John, I may end up I've got these other tanks set up. There's just nothing in them yet. They're doing their cycling thing and all that. But yeah, I may get a female and throw her in with Speck to see what happens. See if his bubble nest induces her to lay some eggs so they can make some babies.
Will she lay the eggs in the nest?
Yeah, and then he fertilizes them in the nest. I think is the way it works. I've never bred betas, so I don't know. Betas.
Beta. I say beta.
Yeah, it's people say it both ways.
Good night, Royal.
Yeah, Darcy wants to get a pea puffer.
Oh,
We got a little, it's a little 6.5 gallon tank, little high iron glass tank or low iron glass tank. Really cool looking, super crystal clear, but it's all set up. And she wants to put a pea puffer in there, which they can be kind of feisty. They don't play well with others. But then you see a video, the guy's like, oh, I've got 10 of them in my tank. They don't bother each other. They'll bite you if you stick your hand in there, but you never know. But yep, it's after 2 a.m. here in the morning, so that means we're at a stopping point for Weird Wednesday, since now technically it's 2 hours into Thursday here for me. Jamie still has a few hours to go because I'm ahead in the future.
And I'm in the past, man. I'm living in the past.
Living in the past. Yeah. John says when they spawn, the male will wrap himself around the female. Yep. And she'll release the eggs. He fertilizes them and then places the fertilized eggs in the bubble nest and then guards them. Yes, that is the way it works. I remember seeing that now. Like I said, I've never bred bettas, so could be a learning process. And I'm working on setting up a big tank.
What size?
At least a 75, maybe bigger.
You already know where you're going to put it?
That's the problem, is I don't have anywhere to put it. So that's why I'm going about it slow. I went.
You need to get the whole cabinet. I mean, unless you have a counter or something, but
No, I went and got the 2x4s in the wood. I'm gonna make the cabinet. I don't trust any of those store-bought cabinets. They're so janky. It's like, why am I gonna put a 75-gallon tank? That thing's gonna weigh over 800 pounds. Why am I gonna put that shit on particle board? No.
Some IKEA.
And pay $250, $300 for it? No.
Can't get it wet.
Just went and bought $30 worth of 2x4s, and I can make a cabinet and then cover it with some kind of cool looking stuff, make it look good, and I'll have $60 into it versus $360.
Or you could do it like an open shelf and then like set crystals or rocks or shells on it.
Yeah.
Have a spot to hide the pump and everything.
Yep. Yeah, but that's the issue right now. So I don't really have a place to put it. I could fit it in the house.
There's a way.
Yeah, but yeah, we gotta do some plenty of room for penis worms, Debbie says. I am just gonna keep the one pet penis I have now.
You can find another spot to stuff another one.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 2x4 cinder blocks does work. I've done that before. But yeah, some of those ones, man. I remember I bought one. I want to say I had a 125-gallon tank on it. And it was sketchy as hell. And the house I was living in at the time, it had wooden floors, and the floors were sketchy as hell. You walk by, and the whole tank would kind of. I'm like, man, we got to get rid of this thing before that shit ends up on the floor. But this house has a concrete slab, so I'm good to go. I can put a 500-gallon here if I want. Just move all the furniture out. Put 2 plastic lawn chairs in front of it. Hey, we're good to go. Anyways,
I used to fall asleep when I had the tanks, and I had this one, the reef tank, the 55-gallon that went along the one wall and the couch, and little tiger would sit there and she just watch the fish, and then her head would go back, and you'd see her just sleeping with her head like that every night. She would fall asleep watching the fish.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm usually, I get up in the morning sometimes instead of watching TV or whatever. I'm like watching the fish tanks. It's calming, serene. It's like my chill spot.
And hypnotizing, like jellyfish tanks.
Yep.
Any tanks.
Yep.
All right.
Hasta la pizza, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us as usual. Love y'all. And I don't know. Paranormal Soup Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to be there or not. Depends on what time I get back from my Sunday night gig. But I might be there. I might not. Can't make any promises. But anyways, that's it. We're out of here. Bye-bye. See you again next time. Same bat channel for Weirdo Wednesday. Good night.